Alright, this is Kind Stoops, and welcome back to another Loomian Legacy analysis. A PvP analysis where I analyze certain Loomians that fit around the themes of the video. So, in this theme, we're doing a 3 Christmas event Loomians. However, these aren't the new ones like Tundulin, Wintrix, or Akalos. We're actually analyzing Icicle, Fesper, and Wobblisk. 3 interesting Loomians in their own right. Mostly Icicle, and I guess Wobblisk as well. But yeah, let's go over Icicle first. Icicle, its base stats are pretty interesting. It has the base stats of 95 HP, or let me bring it up. 95 HP, 69 energy, the funny number, 112 melee attack, 94 melee defense, 81 range defense, 10 range attack, and 39 speed. So overall, this base stat spread is kind of good. It has 112 melee attack, so it does have that offensive potential there. It's higher than Mutagon's, higher than Avitros's, Garlash's, and Hunder. There's probably more, I can't think of it. So yeah, this is some decent melee attack, and it has really good defenses. But its speed tier is kind of lacking, as well as its energy, and we're not going to be using the range attack. I mean, look how low this is. At level 23, it's at 13, including clumsy, but you know. But what makes Icicle so interesting is that it doesn't have a regular ability. It's Parting Gift. If you didn't know what Parting Gift does, when this Loomian is knocked out, it leaves behind a gift that explodes on the Loomian across from it, which deals a random amount of damage. This damage can range from 1/8 of a Loomian's health to 1/2. Basically, it can do as much as a resisted hit, and it can do as much as a super effective hit. So it's pretty RNG based, but that's not Icicle's main thing here. It got Bag of Tricks, use a random move. Yeah, it can use anything in the game. It can use Brawn Boost, Magnify, Quick Punch, Outburst, Raging Howl, Gamma Pulse. Yeah, it can use anything, but then again, it's a really low chance for getting the moves you want. So, alright, I'm just gonna be reading it off the wiki, but the important moves that it gets are Chili Chomp, Phantom Slash, Mega Chomp, Impersonate, and Bane of Haste. All moves you get from level up, and from rallying you get Baffle, Blaze Chomp, Energy Gift, Health Gift, Ice Hammer, Icicle Trap, and Thunder Chomp. From the move manual, you actually learn a lot here. You learn Barter, Dodge, Frost Beam, Hypnotize, Ill Will, and Rejuvenate. So yeah, Icicle has a lot of moves it can run. But what makes Icicle so good here, it's the moves. And Icicle being able to run a lot of moves is already good, but it can also hold it back because it wants to run a lot of moves. Most Icicles right now will probably run Baffle. Baffle right now lowers the opponent's speed by 2 stages, effectively cutting it in half, and then you switch to whatever you want. So with Icicle's low speed tier, it can take the hits first, then switch out into something that's either frail and can hit super hard. Stuff like Joltooth, Kirlin, Wrestlin, Valkyrie can all benefit from Icicle. Not to mention, it also has Health Gift as well, so it can sacrifice itself and give a Loomian a full HP. and that in of itself is pretty good as well. So you can either use this for a support thing, although you have a really good stab move named in Ice Hammer, and impersonate. Impersonate basically copies the whatever move damage that the opponent's gonna use, and you're gonna go first. So let's say you get hit by a Shadow Sprint, quote unquote hit. So you impersonate them back, and this lets Icicle here. This lets Icicle here. Oh, it lets Icicle hit them with a super effective move. Yeah, this move is pretty situational, but it can do really nutty damage if you know when to use it. So it's also got Mega Chomp, which can help with the light types trying to switch in on this thing. Like for example, Valkyrie, because it resists ice and is immune to spirit, so that's pretty bad for it. So it has Mega Chomp, and like I said, it can work with its attack stat. It's really high for an event, Loomian. But if I were you, I would run robust, clumsy, either one. Pure robust, even robust sluggish works. And then you can run a defensive set, maybe probably carrying the health amulet or the energy orb since its energy is kind of low. Put max this, and leftovers into here or here. So yeah, Icicle, in my opinion, is decently good. It definitely has to watch out for a lot of ice types. Not like it has to compete with a lot of ice types now, especially when Wintrix, Akalos, and Tundulin all came out. And it's kind of defensively outclassed by Tundulin right now. I mean, it does have utility over Tundulin. That may give it the slight edge. But Tundulin is just really good. I'm sorry, Icicle. And this will be a common theme for Wobblisk as well. Don't run this personality, please. This was caught last year, so I wouldn't even try. So its base stats are pretty interesting as well. Don't mind the TPs. 101 health, 93 energy, 99 melee attack, 83 melee defense, 112 range attack, 93 range defense, 69 speed. So everything besides speed is super good. I mean, I guess you can't really count the melee defense, but its melee defense on its own is pretty good compared. I mean, pair it up with your HP, Wobblisk is going to be tanking a lot. And this pairs pretty well with its normal ability. Ignorant. Basically, it's unaware from Pokemon. When attacking or being attacked, this Loomian is oblivious to the foes its stat boosts, causing them to have no effect. So, Wobblisk here, good defenses. Like, look at this thing. Look at these defenses. You cannot tell me with a straight face that Wobblisk here, hold on, let me bring it. Wobblisk here is frail. So this thing can stop stuff like Nemare, Volcaloa, Avatros from sweeping your team. And those are three big main sweepers. I mean, not main sweepers, dangerous sweepers that can end your team. And with Wobblisk on your team, it does something that no wall in the game. I mean, you can't really count Wrestling as a wall, and it ignores stat boosts. So it can take neutral hits, and it can ignore whatever the opponent tries to do in setting up. So Wobblisk here is pretty good with just that alone. However, this is where things change with its moves. For level up, the main ones you should probably be paying attention to is not talent trade, Frost Punch, Frost Beam, from Rallying, Clay Slap, Deep Freeze, Driving Force, Electro Punch, Icicle Trap, Luster Loot, and Power Focus. Well, the main ones. From the move manual, Dodge, Frost Beam, Ill Will, Mud Spatter. So, Wobblisk here, you're probably gonna want to run melee coverage or even the possibility to run range, since you do have like Luster Loot and Defreeze as well as Frost Beam. You also have, oh wait, that's it. Okay, and you also do have Power Focus and Scapegoat, so you can run the Health Amulet set and then try an offensive one, and you know, try breaking walls or stuff that can not set up on you. But what Wobblisk can accomplish here with its melee side is a lot. The Having the coverage of Clay Slap and Electro Punch, Driving Force, and a Frost Punch are all good coverage moves to have. Wobblisk here can hit a lot of stuff. It can hit, let's say for Clay Slap, it can hit the metals that Frost Punch can't hit. Stuff like Valkyrie, Tyrex, Hunder, Protagon even. They all fear switching into Wobblisk right here. And that's pretty good. Also with its Electro Punch, it can hit stuff like Luminami, Ventation, well, the Bulky Waters, Akalos, Cephalops, Garlash, and the metal types as well. So Wobblisk here, pretty good with its coverage, pretty good with its stats overall, but same thing with Icicle, it's kind of outclassed by Tundralin right now. Sure, it has ignorant, but Tundralin has access to 3 very good defensive moves. Resilience, raising your melee defense every time you get hit. Mysterious Cloak, blocking any damaging statuses, so stuff like poison and burn are basically immune to you. And you're also immune to traps as well, which makes it pretty nuts. And you do have Thick Fat, which lets you resist ice even more and fire as well. So these two sadly are outclassed by Tundralin, and Tundralin will probably be a big part in this meta, especially for walling. Borak can get in on Vanillin and Swolder, will give you a good answer, finally a good answer to Spreezy that isn't Himber, and it walls a lot of melee attackers. So yeah, that's my opinion on these two. These two definitely have potential. Go watch my tier list video and you'll see Wobblisk and Icicle getting pretty good rankings, especially for event Loomians, because event Loomians are a tough battle to win. They're all good minus Waka Waka. But yeah. So last one, Fesper. Brawny Sluggish, hold on. Wobblisk, you want to be running Robust or Clever. If you want a good defensive ice type to use, just use Robust or Clever. Robust Sluggish can also work, but you do want to outspeed some stuff. You can outspeed stuff like Vanillin and Swolder with this, so yeah, you're pretty good. And you can, thanks to your attack stats, you can run mixed with Wobblisk as well. You can run Brain Freeze, Electro Punch, Clay Slap, and then a last move like Luster Loot or something. So yeah, Wobblisk good, Icicle kinda good as well. Not as good as Wobblisk, but outclassed by Tundralin. Right, Fesper. You want to run Brawny Sluggish. Brawny Clumsy is fine, just don't invest into speed, because if you didn't tell, Fesper has 22 base speed. That is one of the lowest things in the game. It's like on the level of Krakaloa. And if you're on the level of Krakaloa, man, you are down bad. But its other stats kind of make up for it. 113 base HP, 90 energy, 119 melee attack, 56 melee defense, and 88 range defense. So its attack, its stats other than the defense and speed are pretty lacking, but you're not gonna be really using range attack because your attack stat's pretty high as well. So what's good about Fesper? Well, its attack stat is good. It got good moves. Hold on, let me check the wiki. So yeah, Fesper is pretty good in terms of move wise. You can run Sap Plant, Icicle Trap, Bushwhack, Ice Hammer, Earthquake, Raging Tackle. This will pair very well with your Chill ability, making typeless moves become Ice type. This will mean Raging Howl, 120 base power move, will be boosted by your Ice Stab, your Ice typing, 25% more damage, so you're overall going to be doing more damage. So this thing is a wall breaker by nature. Its attack stat is pretty high on its own, and yeah, it's pretty good. If you ignore the typing, with its typing, it once you realize how bad its typing is, I'm just sorry for it. So let's start off with the resistances. It resists water, plant, electric, air, earth, typeless, and it also has the immunity to light. But it is 4 times weak to fire, sadly. It's weak to dark, it's weak to metal, it's weak to brawler, it's weak to bug, and it's weak to toxic. So it resists a lot. It resists earth, I'll give it that, but it's weak to a lot of stuff. And that what makes Fesper suffer, because you can't utilize its range bulk to switch in, and since most range attackers right now are metal and fire and toxic, you're not going to be switching in on those a lot. And you can't make any of use of your melee defense because it's low. Its HP can't balance it off, so Fesper is stuck in a weird place where it can try to do something, but its typing holds it back. And that's what really sucks for Fesper, because if it weren't for Fesper's typing, it can actually challenge Himber, which right now is probably the best offensive ice type. We're not counting Akalos. I mean, you can count Akalos. I'm still gonna stand by with Himber as being the best ice type offensively. So yeah, there is literally no reason to use Fesper because its typing suffers a lot. You're weak to so many things, and your resistances don't make it up. You have one more resistance over a weakness, and you're weak to light. But the problem with being immune to light type moves is that the Loomians that have light type moves can hit it back. Pertagon has Metal Blast, Valkyrie has Metal Blast. Actually, Nemare doesn't have anything for you. Luminami has Mega Chomp. Yeah, it's pretty tough for Fesper. So even with its light immunity, it's not gonna be using it a lot. And that's pretty sad because Fesper has potential. It's just its typing holds it back, and being weak to so much things kinda dumpsters this thing's viability. So yeah, that's my opinion on these things. Fesper has potential, but it's outclassed by Himber. I'd even argue that it's outclassed by Akalos as well, because Akalos has Brawn boost, and Fesper got no good setup. Icicle and Wobblisk. Icicle has the support offense there. It has potential with its offense and its utility. It has Health Gift, Energy Gift, Bane of Haste, Baffle, Icicle Trap. Yeah, it can run a lot of support moves, but Icicle crumbles when it comes to meta stuff. Icicle is basically outclassed by Tundrelin in bulk, and will probably stay that way for a long time because Tundrelin's moves only get better. I mean, Tundrelin's abilities will only get better as more and more Loomians get released. And Wobblisk. Oh no. Wobblisk is pretty bad. No, it's good, but now that Tundrelin exists, no one's gonna use it now. It has no form of recovery other than Luster Loot, and Luster Loot isn't even good because it's 50 base power. I mean, it might be 40 base power. I don't know, but that's not the point. It doesn't have Rejuvenate or one of those other big healing moves. So Wobblisk's offensive, no, defensive potential is there, but it has a limited time of getting into the battle because even though it's a pure ice type, I'd say that's pretty good. You're weak, yeah, I mean you're weak to fire, brawler, metal. That's not a lot, but you don't resist a lot as well. So that means you're gonna be taking a lot of neutral moves, and since you don't have rejuvenate, you're going to have a limited time of coming in. So you're basically better off than using a wall with rejuvenate. Well, a wall with similar offensive potential than Wobblisk. So overall, these Loomians are good, but they're just outclassed by better Loomians. Which is sad because I like all of these event Loomians. And it's kind of hard to buff these things in a certain direction that will not make them broken. But yeah. Alright, that's it for the video. Like the video if you found this informational and you want these event Loomians to get buffed. We already know that Wobblisk is confirmed to get Rejuvenate, but it needs more. If it's gonna have to compete with Tundrelin, it's gonna need more. Hello furry avatar. Okay, cool. Fesper. It needs a buff as well. It probably, well, no. Well, you can't save Fesper. Its typing ruins it, and you can't change its typing anymore. There is no Loomian in the game that has its typing changed upon release. So yeah, that sucks. And Icicle here, it can work. All right, Icicle is probably the Loomian with the most potential out of these three. But the problem is people are not gonna want to use Icicle because it's one, too hard to use. I mean, too hard for the average player. Two, it gets shut down by provoke, and three, you can just use another one, Loomian. Defensive ice types like the Tundrelin can also use like walls with baffle, or switching out moves like Iliguana, well, pivot moves like Iliguana, stuff that has pivot moves like Iliguana, Luminame, Namare. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Everything is outclassed by something that is good here. So yeah, that's my opinion on these. And yeah, if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah. Alright, have a good day or night from wherever you are, and make sure to convince Jamie to buff these Loomians. Alright, see you later.